do the work for us behind the scenes every day. It truly takes a village.
All right, and that we'll get started. We'll go to Nathan Liu.
Amber, with the status of labor talks with so many free agents, with an expansion draft, do you have any idea what this offseason might?
There comes a moment in the life cycle of every major professional sport when the entire structure tilts and nothing operates the same way again. It is the instant when the old model is ripped out and replaced by a far more ruthless reality. For the WNBA, that turning point is unfolding right now. And the center of this shift is Indianapolis. While casual fans debate stat lines and rookie milestones, a far more unforgiving chess match is happening behind closed doors inside the Indiana Fever front office. The franchise has stopped playing nice. The patient long-term rebuild has been scrapped and replaced with a string of deliberate aggressive decisions that make one thing unmistakably clear. This is no longer just about assembling a competitive basketball roster. This is about building a billion-dollar machine around Caitlin Clark. When you combine this new front office mentality with confirmation of a sneaker deal that financially eclipses the combined salaries of the entire league, you create a volatile situation ready to explode across the sports world. To understand how serious this shift is, we have to examine the fallout left behind. The dismissal of head coach Christy Sides was not a routine change. It was a precise and unsentimental signal sent to every team in the league. On paper, Sides did exactly what a coach is paid to do. She inherited a lottery team that had lost its identity, survived a brutal opening schedule, pulled them out of a disastrous start, and pushed them into the playoffs for the first time in nearly 10 years. In any previous era, that resume earns job security and praise. But in the Caitlin Clark era, acceptable is no longer enough. The return of Kelly Krauskopf to the front office marked a hard pivot away from development and toward control. The organization studied the usage numbers, the stagnant half-court offense, and the failure to fully unleash Clark in transition, and realized they were limiting a supercar to neighborhood streets. Making the playoffs was no longer the goal. Controlling the league was. That relentless chase for dominance leads directly to the move that reset everything: the hiring of Stephanie White. This was not a safe or random selection. White is WNBA royalty, an Indiana native, and a coach with championship credentials. More importantly, her arrival confirms that the Fever are done asking Clark to adjust to the league. They are now forcing the league to adjust to Clark by paying a premium to pry White away from a successful run in Connecticut. The Fever GM confirmed the roster is now officially designed around Clark's chaotic brilliance. White runs an up-tempo explosive system built on transition threes, constant movement, and spacing. It is the exact environment Clark needs to fully detonate. This decision officially ends the grace period. The franchise is declaring that the system will bend to the player, not the reverse. That is a frightening reality for defensive coordinators who already struggled to slow Clark even when she was operating in a system that did not fully suit her. While the front office restructures the basketball side of the operation, the financial foundation of the sport is being rewritten by one historic deal. The confirmed Nike partnership, reportedly worth $28 million over 8 years, is the engine behind this upheaval. That number needs context because its scale is hard to process. For decades, the WNBA has battled issues with revenue, marketing, and salary limits. Then a rookie arrives and signs a deal that surpasses the lifetime earnings of nearly every player who came before her. This is not a simple endorsement. It is a coronation. Nike is wagering that Clark is the gateway to a global audience. That level of money brings influence that makes owners and league executives uneasy. It completely flips the power dynamic. Traditionally, teams hold control because they issue the paychecks. But when your point guard earns dozens of times her salary from a shoe deal, she controls the board. The most controversial aspect of this confirmation is the signature shoe. In the NBA, a signature shoe is reserved for champions and MVPs. In the WNBA, it is an extreme rarity saved for legends like Sheryl Swoops or modern icons like Breanna Stewart and Aya Wilson. And even they waited years. For a rookie to secure one before playing a single professional minute created resentment. Leaks from insiders suggest Nike is accelerating production to get the shoe on shelves before next season begins to fully capitalize on her popularity. This shoe is not just apparel. It establishes hierarchy. It places Clark above multiple champions and MVPs in cultural relevance. It reinforces the golden child narrative her critics despise. And it ensures that every time she steps on the court she does so as a walking advertisement reminding opponents exactly how much more she is valued. Which leads to the uncomfortable reality no one wants to voice but everyone feels. The gap between Clark's WNBA paycheck and her off-court earnings is short-circuiting the league's collective mindset. Her rookie salary sat around $76,000, a figure that went viral for how disconnected it felt from her impact. But with Nike, Gatorade, Wilson, and State Farm, she is effectively playing in the league for passion, not necessity. She does not rely on league income to survive or flourish. That gives her leverage no player in women's basketball history has ever possessed. If the Fever fail to build a contender, she has the freedom to request trades, force exits, or even step away, options unavailable to players living contract to contract. This independence is creating a massive dilemma for the Fever front office regarding the unrivaled league. This new 3-on-3 league, founded by Breanna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, is launching in Miami during the off-season, and they are aggressively pursuing Clark. The rumors are wild, with talk of Messi-level offers including equity and salaries exceeding $1 million for only weeks of play. This puts the Fever GM in an impossible position. Do you prevent your franchise cornerstone from earning $1 million over fear of injury, or allow it and gamble your entire season? The unrivaled format is fast and offense-driven, which suits Clark perfectly. But injury risk looms large. This situation is the first real stress test between Clark and the new regime. Blocking it could breed resentment. Allowing it and losing her to injury could cost the GM their job before the season starts. It is a no-win scenario for management, but a massive financial victory for Clark. The silence from her camp has been intentional and overwhelming. By letting speculation simmer, she keeps herself in headlines all winter. It is a masterclass in leverage, but it also raises concerns about wear and tear. Can her body handle a full college season, a demanding rookie year, and then an intense 3-on-3 league without rest? That is the multi-million-dollar question keeping Indiana on edge. We also cannot discuss these moves without confronting jealousy and resentment. It is human nature. Imagine grinding at a company for a decade, enduring low pay and travel, only to watch a new graduate earn 50 times more due to popularity and talent. That is the reality for WNBA veterans. The hostility Clark faces, the hard fouls, the dismissive comments from legends, and the so-called reality checks all trace back to this imbalance. They are not just guarding a rookie. They are guarding a corporation. They are defending against a living symbol of the wage gap that has frustrated them for years. The Fever front office understands this. Their entire off-season approach reflects it. They watched Clark get hip-checked off the ball. They saw teammates celebrate it. They saw officials swallow whistles under rookie rules. That is why priorities have changed. The GM is no longer just shopping for shooters. They are shopping for protection. There is a clear enforcer mindset shaping scouting reports. Indiana needs someone who sets punishing screens, absorbs technicals, and sends a message that touching the Golden Goose has consequences. This sparks tough roster decisions. Kelsey Mitchell revived her career alongside Clark, and her speed fits the vision. Aaliyah Boston is an ideal pick-and-roll partner and a young cornerstone. Beyond that, no one is safe. Players unable to keep pace or who stall the offense are on borrowed time. The family vibe is gone. This is a business built to maximize an asset. Loyalty is to winning, not nostalgia. On a larger scale, Clark has forced the league to reconsider its entire business structure. The Players Association opted out of the collective bargaining agreement early because the revenue she generated shattered old projections. She is the catalyst for a labor shift. Every raise over the next few years will trace back to her impact. Ironically, that only enlarges the target on her back. Players appreciate the bigger pie, but still want the biggest slice. Gratitude and resentment coexist. Media amplification makes everything heavier. Networks have centered coverage around one player. Every Fever decision becomes national news. Losses feel catastrophic. Mistakes are magnified. The coaching staff is managing attention as much as basketball. Stephanie White has navigated pressure before, but it is exhausting. The front office hopes money and talent can shield Clark, but mental strain cannot be measured. Returning to the shoe deal, the implications for the sneaker industry are enormous. Nike is battling rising competitors. They needed a dominant figure in women's sports apparel. By securing Clark, they have positioned themselves for the next decade. But that brings pressure. If the CC1 underperforms, it reflects poorly on the brand. Nike is likely assigning elite designers and guarding the project with extreme secrecy. The shoe's success matters to quarterly earnings as much as legacy. Meanwhile, Clark's public image is evolving. Once universally celebrated, she is now polarizing amid online toxicity. The Fever appear to be embracing an us against them identity. They know they are disliked. They know officiating struggles to keep up with the pace. By locking in these deals and hiring a no-nonsense coach, they are leaning into the super team villain role. History shows those teams attract hate and obsession. Timing matters. Windows close quickly. Injuries and overseas commitments complicate everything. The Fever believe the window is open now. Next season is about contention, not participation. Expectations on Clark are immense. MVP caliber play is demanded immediately. There is no room for a slump when you represent a billion-dollar movement. The ripple effects extend downward. Clark's deal resets expectations for young prospects. Nil deals will grow. Playing styles will shift. Indiana understands they sit at the center of a cultural shift. They are selling more than games. They are selling relevance. Ticket prices reflect it. Merchandise confirms it. This is an investment in the sport's future. One overlooked factor is Clark's physical evolution. Reports suggest she is transforming her body to withstand the punishment. Nike provides elite resources, trainers, recovery technology, infrastructure others lack. This is the hidden edge. It is not just money. It is durability.